Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle.
Check it. It's a unique hustle. It's your boy ECEO. I'm out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and my partners done pulled up, man. Man, Lil Soulja in the building. Lil Soulja Slim. OG PIRU. Ayatollah Marv is in the building. Man, what's going on, man? Y'all down there, man? It's hot and sunny or what?
Nah, it's chilly. It's smooth. This is my favorite time to come to Vegas. This is my favorite time to, you know what I'm saying? Come to Vegas when it's cool, it ain't too hot. Because a lot of times when I come in like September, October, the ground be burning your feet. You know what I'm saying? Your shoes might melt off your feet. So I like to come in like February, January, March.
Well, it's February and it's Super Bowl game day. I'm trying to figure out why I do like you, who known for stomping them streets in New Orleans when everything is down there, parties and everything else, how you end up in Las Vegas?
Man, last night, well, that wasn't even last night. That was this morning. Man, I was just in Spades. Spades like the biggest strip club in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the section where Sauce Walker and Meek Mill. But then to the left of us, they got Cardi B. To the right of us, they got Lil Baby.
Yeah, I seen that.
Then they got these rich football players. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing, and they got the money to blow. They can go get 20,000 ones and just scatter the floor. I don't got no. Look, check us out. But I don't have to do that, you know, because I'm an official local. Like, they know me, I'm a strip club vet, you know what I'm saying? Especially in Spades. So people just seeing me, coming up to me, hugging me, the DJ shouting me out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's love. It's just, I'm from New Orleans. That's my city. I could go somewhere else and do whatever I need to do.
Wow. So let's talk about the OG is in the building, man. It's been a lot of times, man. You know, I talk to you. I talk about the Kendrick thing. It's all love. You know, both of y'all done scolded me about this Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. But let's be real, man. It's real unfortunate that Lil Wayne didn't get to perform at the Super Bowl.
It's not unfortunate. It's life. The baton passes on, and everybody, the king is dead, long live the king. What are you talking about? It's unfortunate. Why is all this sympathy? Wayne knew what he was doing when he did it. Wayne is not the most popular guy in mainstream.
Oh, he is the most popular guy in mainstream. We're not going to do that today. He is popular.
This coming from New Orleans, he's not the most popular guy in mainstream.
I don't agree with neither one of y'all.
He is very valued, you know what I'm saying, and valuable. Like, He is one of them ones, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really, like, for me, he the greatest rapper alive for sure. Like, honestly, I don't think Kendrick Lamar is a greater artist than Lil Wayne, far as rap-wise, lyric-wise, but he's a better performer and he have more to offer to the situation right now than Lil Wayne, in my opinion.
Well, your opinion is your opinion. It's subjective,
to
but,
add what he's saying, as far as a artist and a rapper, Lil Wayne is one of the top tiers because he hits off the head. His shit come off the top. He can flip it off the top.
And he never said the same shit.
They come off of paper. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
There's a difference between a fighter and a killer.
Facts.
Somebody can knock you out, but they won't pull a trigger. And some people is trigger happy. Wayne is trigger happy.
Wow.
He
can pull it.
He can pull it. I mean,
pull it.
But in his concept, he's no match lyrically because he don't have the vocabulary that Kendrick has. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what kept him from being mainstream. I give him all of his dues, but it's just like me going in the street. My time is up. I can't go down. You got to meet me right there on the corner because I can't walk too far.
Let me just. I don't agree with y'all. Let's just say that. But I'm going. It's subjective. We could talk about it all day. But what we do know is, 50 Cent. He pretty much is. Him and Rick Ross is at it, and this is a touchy situation.
Hold on, right before we move on, let the world know why you don't agree with what we saying.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy.
You so down south.
Because I understand the dynamics of things, and I understand when you come down south, like when you came and I've told you this, OG, and this is my time to shine. But when they came to the West Coast, Kendrick performed a few years ago in 2019. So at the end of the day, and Snoop and everybody that was from
everybody
that was from the West Coast came up and performed. But when you go to New Orleans, you don't show that same love to the culture and to the under that Mason-Dixon line. Because, like I said, again, Birdman, Master P, all those guys, man, they gave their life for this thing just like everybody else did. And I think that the reason they're being slated is because it's a control mechanism. I think Jay-Z knows you can't give us an inch, we'll take a mile. We create things without even getting that support that everybody else get. We're not from New York. We're not from the West Coast. There ain't there ain't no big offices down there to help the South like that. We got to go up just to try to get recognition. So at the end of the day, for everything that those guys have created without anybody trying to help us, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see what's going on and I'm woke. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's cool to slay them when you come down south. Show us the love you show everywhere else you go.
That's real.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel the same way. So, but at the same time, honestly, all right, I'm not from California, you feel me? But you are. So speak on what type of person Kendrick Lamar is in the community.
Well,
if you can.
Kendrick, I've seen him grow up. So, I mean, ain't nobody. He's a down-to-earth youngster that's down for his city. He don't pick sides. He ain't got to say. He's never been arrested. He's never had a drug charge. He's a clean, upright. He's the American Beauty boy right now. So when you take that in and what he's done, and like you said, what he's done, it was just he had good. Everything is with timing.
Everything is with timing.
And that timing came with this thing that he did with Drake. It just blossomed. Out of just a little diss track, blossom into being some things that was way out. Wayne never had that kind of situation. You dig what I'm saying? He never had to battle nobody at a Super Bowl time or when it was so dynamic, So that's the timing. So we deal with, everything. Hitler thought he was going to win the war, but the timing was wrong. You feel what I'm saying? So I believe that when we talk about not slighting us out, because if y'all who you say you was, you should have shut the whole Super Bowl down. Everybody in the South.
We don't have to shut the Super Bowl down. What I'm telling you is it's always been a thing where when it comes down to what we've done and our numbers and just our music being recognized, it's always been a situation where we had to take it by force. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
They have never ever recognized us without us taking it by force. You got to understand, if Birdman had did what he did with Cash Money, which he did longer consecutive from Cash Money to Young Money to Rich Gang, and stay relevant throughout trending times like nobody else has done. Right. Nobody else has done that. Nobody. So at the end of the day, Jay Nim can't say that. He did Rock Nation and Rockefeller. That's all. But when it come down to changing the game like Birdman did with the times that he did with Nicki, with Drake, with all the different people, Tiger and all of them, then going all the way into Cash Money, Young Money, Hot Boys, nobody's done it. Nobody's sold more records than them.
Agree.
So why are you gonna come to the city and act like it didn't happen?
All right, so look, a lot of people say you can't mention Lil Wayne without mentioning Birdman. But honestly, let me say this. See, Birdman is a different character. If Birdman was that great artist, he would have performed at the Super Bowl. You know why? Because Birdman is that pivot to us in our city. Bird come out. He show love to the city. He still do giveaways. Like, you will catch if Birdman in New Orleans, he dealing with the locals. Like, he in the mix. You see what I'm saying? I never seen Lil Wayne in the mix.
And even what you say,
Lil Wayne is not that person.
Yeah.
He artist wise to the industry from New Orleans, he's the greatest rapper alive, the greatest rapper to come out of it. But personality wise, he's not that. And I'm just speaking on from my experiences and the times that I've met him or seen him around, and versus the times that I done been around Birdman. Birdman, no, let me holler at you. Come jump in the truck and run it with me. You know what I'm saying? Just on some, not just me. I could count 50 people that Birdman done did this to, you know what I'm saying, just to give game to and push game up on. And honestly, Kendrick is that where he from. You see what I'm saying? He deal with a lot of, I know a lot of locals in California, you know I'm back and forth, you feel me? He deal with that, he didn't push out from his community. You see what I'm saying?
He recreates.
He recreates. We didn't get that from Lil Wayne.
Well,
that's why I don't have
two different type of people.
Yeah, they are. Right. But just to what you're saying about I understand the dynamics of the South. We ain't had but one record label, and that was Death Row. Y'all had Cash Money, you had No Limit, you had Swisher House, Jay Prince, the mouth of the South. Y'all in creating music.
In Atlanta, you go over to Atlanta, same thing.
Yeah, so I'm saying
we had to create
other labels besides Death Row.
What?
TDE.
They just started. That's the we talking about
the original.
They talking about original.
I'm talking, TDE. Yo, they come top them. Come on now, but we don't have any OGs from Death Row. You understand? We had Heavyweight Records. Then you had Ruthless Records. But they came and gone on the West Coast. But to stand up and be a pivotal point of rap music, it been in the South. So you can't tell me with all that power y'all got, you couldn't have demanded the Super Bowl if you wanted your artist there.
They couldn't. Let me tell you why. Because that's not where the control of the Super Bowl come from. And honestly, like I said again,
the guy said it was Jay-Z's decision to want over the commissioner.
Yeah, for sure.
It was Jay-Z's decision to perform that halftime. So that's just what it is. Let's be real about it.
If Wayne and Jay-Z relationship would have went in a better way, it would have went a better way. Wayne probably would have got there. If Wayne had if Wayne had a number one song right now, he'll be there.
Right.
But when the last time Lil Wayne had
didn't have no number one song when they did that.
When? Drake didn't have a number one song.
No, I said Dre them when they did.
No, they didn't have no.
They were just showing love to the culture.
They was just the original.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. It's really biased.
You're right.
But at the end of the day, I get it. They got to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Jay got to do what he got to do to make sure he control the dynamic the way he want to control it. He don't control them dudes. You know already that Birdman them stepped out. They didn't let nobody control them. They dealt directly with Universal, and that's all they dealt with. They didn't have to have nobody like Rick Ross dealt with Jay and them. And Sean Combs, that was his main people. Him and Jeezy. So at the end of the day, Birdman them always been standalone.
That's right.
They never had nobody to tell them what to do like that.
But that's that.
They ran directly to they made a partnership deal, and they didn't play by nobody trying to talk to them. That's right.
That New Orleans mentality though. That's what it is, man. I ain't going to holler at no nigga I ain't got to go through no. I'm going to go direct.
With Jay Prince too. He did the same thing.
But see, the difference is
them niggas did the same thing. Master P did the same thing.
All right.
Because now you were coming in with money.
They coming in. Major same thing.
Before,
Master P opened that lane up for people to go deal with Jay Prince. He was the first person.
That's right.
He was the first person under Jay Prince to really drop big like he did. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if New Orleans is a real prideful place. You know what I'm saying? The mentality that we have, and it took me a long time to break away from that. But that mentality is heavy, like it's thick. They standing on that like, I ain't asking no nigga for nothing. I ain't gotta go to no nigga like, we running this is South. Like it's just a mindset, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's business at the end of the day, and Master P was willing to go to Jay Prince. That's the biggest guy that I could connect to that's doing more than what he doing what I'm trying to get into doing. Right. Let me go connect with him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Birdman didn't do the same thing, but Birdman was more focused on, man, we about to sell these records, we booming these records, we doing our own thing. Like the people gonna come out at us. And they made it work from there. Right. But it's two totally directions. You feel me?
I think when you look at just all of the culture and the music, I think a lot of time when I ask people about the best music out now, the favorite songs out now, they tell me, man, the females taking over. And I look at that sometimes it's cool, but at the end of the day, music on a whole, I think we need to keep a balance, because at the end of the day, we need this music to keep going, bro. And I think a lot of times the way we move the needle, we got to be careful, because I think there's a high power that's trying to shut down hip hop in a way to where it's controlling the way that these young kids love it. They want to try to change it. You see what I'm saying?
It's already controlled.
Right.
It's not going to control. I remember when we was on Warner Brothers, they explained us they don't want any what they call urban music over a 6th grade level.
Right.
So that culture rap, all the Nubians, all of that stuff you don't hear. Before Common was Common Sense and Nostradamus. They button up shirts. They mind in America. So it ain't like I said before, when the South came in, we were talking about that earlier. When they came in with Mike Jones with a distribution deal, they don't want no development. They don't want the major to give them $300,000 because before majors was giving money. Now they find out, well, we did $1 million in the strip club. Ain't nobody did. But they got together and did them app scans with that shit, brought it in, just distribute this shit for us. Now, unless you got 1 million views, you can't go to a major. Now
multiple millions.
1
million views don't get you that no
what
more.
about Kendrick? This dude, man, how does he stay out of? His grandmother's from Rosecrans, right? Mm-hmm. How does he stay out of being because people say, oh, he's not a gang member. He's not in no gang.
You don't have to be a gang member.
How does he maneuver around?
Everybody don't see. Most of us as gang members because we were mentally lost and we were looking for affection from somebody.
Yeah.
When you grow up whole, you don't need nothing of that. You can be right there and be in it. And most of the brothers is that when they see you going somewhere, they're gonna protect it.
Facts.
Because bottom line, we don't want everybody with a demise. We want our homies to do better and do what they can do. So when you find out that, okay, this little dude is talented, he can do, I never even knew he rapped. I used to see him and I seen him one day when, what's his name out of Watts? J-Rock. When J-Rock got put on Warner Brothers, I had an artist on Warner Brothers, and they gave an industry party, and Kendrick pop up. Like, hey, Mark, what's up, man? I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, well, he just hang, because his people, he got some relatives from the Nickerson Gardens. Then I seen him, J-Rock opened up for the game. Opened up for the game. I see him on the stage, but everybody from Compton was on the stage, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm in Florida robbing banks. He said, man, that little dude stay across the street from your mother's house. You seen him? Like, seen him. He said, man, go look at Source Magazine. He on the front of Source Magazine with Dre. Like, Kendrick? Like, bam, just popped up like that. You know what I'm saying? So all of this talent, then find out, he was with the Young Piranhas, with Shorty Bang them, inner city hoodlums. He been around the culture, but he didn't blab it out and do this. He just had that timing. And it came at the right time. And he got in that lane and stayed in it. He didn't have to take a side.
Right.
He didn't have to take the Crip side. He didn't have to take the PIRU side. He's just Kendrick.
The OGs respected what he was pushing as well.
Wow.
So they got behind that.
Definitely. I ain't gonna lie, I rock with him. I love the fact that he's a family guy and he's doing his thing. I definitely, that everything I say is definitely not against Kendrick. My thing is against the fact of you came down to the South, but you didn't show the love you showed to the East and the West Coast.
But second,
what
if Kendrick pulled Drake out the day?
Huh?
What if Kendrick bring Drake out the day? Because to be honest with
wouldn't give him like that. Drake ain't he from Canada.
Man, but check it out, I'm just saying.
Kendrick would have brought out Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne didn't want to come out.
Lil Wayne ain't want to come out.
He couldn't. He rocking with Drake. That's his. He's very loyal to his artists.
Who told you that?
I see it.
Did you talk to him about that?
Told it. I look at niggas' moves.
No,
the way he move, he ain't gonna come out with no.
He never defended
Drake. He definitely defended him.
What did he say?
By not coming to the Super Bowl.
No, he wasn't.
That's why. No. If Kendrick would have wanted him there, he'd have asked him. He still wasn't gonna come. He's loyal to Drake.
No, he's not.
I promise you he is.
But he's loyal to the South. To the South.
I know he's loyal to the South.
And Drake is from Canada.
No. He that Young Money stuff.
Nah, honestly, you wrong there, OG. Cause check it out. Drake that's the most money he ever made.
Who?
Lil Wayne.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he loyal to his situation for sure.
I know that's what it is.
To the money situation.
Exactly.
Bro, he taught him how to rap pretty much.
I ain't gonna say that.
No, Drake was an artist.
He was his artist, but he still, a lot of the things that he did reminded me of Lil Wayne. You could tell it was all in there together. That's right.
He developed him into a better person. But when we first heard of Drake, I already spoke on this.
Yeah, me and you. We talked about it.
Honestly, I thought Drake was a Texas boy. He came out in Texas. You feel me?
He was
hit the
rocking
screen
that
in
Houston
Texas. He was in
stuff, for
Houston.
sure, yeah.
He was with the Princes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This was in 2008, 2009. You know what I'm saying? That's when I first heard of Drake. What his album was? His first album, the black cover.
Yeah. He was straight up Houston rock. He was riding that sound. That style.
I never knew Drake was from Canada until I started doing my research. And honestly, let me tell you how that Drake from Canada and stuff got pushed off, in my opinion. People was hating on that man. He ain't even from America. He ain't from Canada, you know what I'm saying? But he blossomed right under y'all nose, you know what I'm saying? Right where y'all could have came up from in the South is where he came up from, doing music.
Right.
He was already on TV. He was already on Nickelodeon. Yeah, true. But he didn't have any music background.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, but you got to understand, man, this whole game, again, for the culture, when you look at the culture and the music, just to keep the music going, I think all them guys are needed. I think the game need all this back and forth.
Agree.
I tried to bring it up a while ago. I'm going to bring it up again. Big Meech is home. Big Meech made a move where he kind of went over there with this guy. Well, some people say his name ain't even Rick Ross. Rose is he's pretty much saying that, hey man, rock with me. You know I'm rocking with you. But 50 Cent, Rose, we know they've been going at it for a minute. So I'm just trying to understand, like, did Big Meech make the right move with the way that 50 is saying now? He's not dealing with Lil Meech. He's cutting that BMF series off. He's not dealing with it no more. So who is in the right and who is in the wrong in this situation?
Ain't no wrong. Ain't no wrong. Everybody got a side to pick. Everybody got a position to take. Ain't no wrong.
So Lil Meech come out and says daddy needed the money. So he went over to Ross because he said he ain't got no money till that BMF series start.
Man,
that's what he texts.
Check this out.
You know what I'm saying? He texts that.
One thing that everybody let us know about 50 Cent, he tight. He tight with his money. But for what he did for Lil Meech in the beginning, for nothing,
because he didn't have to
he would have looked out for Big Meech. If Big Meech would have been like, man, look, Phil, you know, I just need a little But it could be a pride thing on Big Meech's side too, because who want to ask anybody for anything? So Rose could have just been like, man, I'm trying to show you some love. Here go 200,000 because Rose that type of person. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's a thing where you just don't know.
But then you got to look at the ulterior motive, because Rose is that type of man.
He that type of person.
With the federal government. You dig what I'm saying? So now you know what it is, and you cater to my weakness. Now, as Meech being a G, being the gangster that he is, it's still a certain amount of loyalties and respect that I have to give you. I'm not going to ride your nuts, but I'm going to advise you before I make, hell, whatever your opinion is, I'm at least give you a call.
To 50 Cent.
And say, hey, check this out. I need this right here. I'm getting ready to rock with dude. Ain't nothing personal, it's business. But to just sideball me and do some stuff and think it's all right, 50's not a forgiving man.
Facts.
You can't cross him but once, or let him think you crossed him but once. You know what I'm saying? So I look at see, right now we deal with loyalties of how much money a nigga got.
Yeah.
That ain't life, man. It ain't enough money that you can pay me maybe now to cross somebody that I like. And it's not that. And what I've done what you've done for my family and what you've done for me, and put me in a position, because had not it been BMF, do you think he'd have just got out and Ricky Rose would have hollered at him if it hadn't been the BMF movie?
I think he would have.
You think so?
I think he would have. Rick Ross blew up off that brand.
Yeah, Big Meech,
that was his biggest song. That
wasn't his biggest.
That was his first biggest song.
No, Every Damn Hustling was his biggest.
Every Damn Hustling was his first. That was the first big song.
And then he came back with that one, and that hoe was huge too.
Right.
Okay.
But he expanded off that brand. So him, all the money that he made off that, that's just saying I'm just showing my appreciation because you ain't sue me for.
But it ain't the first time that he done used somebody's name. Like even using Birdman. He used Birdman and then he crossed him.
I ain't gonna lie.
They was together. They was all together.
Now, he used Meech's name, but he ain't reached out to Larry Hoover.
No, he haven't.
So I mean, since you that kind of guy, you know what I'm saying. But a snake always has an ulterior motive why he want to bite you. You know.
He's speaking.
So I'm just, when you fall into that trap, you know, and we go with egos and do some stuff. Now it's just allegedly, I wasn't there, but I get word that his brother Southwest T took a picture with Supreme.
Son.
He did. With his son.
And with his son, I just heard the line, and 50 cut him off too.
Yeah, he did.
But Supreme's son and Southwest T's son they already had their own personal relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he could have did that on the strength of his son. And honestly, for Terry and 50, it ain't even as big as it is for Meech and 50. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he didn't have no skin in the game with him.
But that's just my point is that shows you how petty some people can be. You dig what I'm saying? Everything I think that happens is a direct violation. You know, some people's like, that's why murder's in the pen. You talking to him, you supposed to be my friend. Now I kill you in the morning. We was just talking.
Yeah.
But I don't mess with him. Or you dealing with that car over there. Like, what do you mean? People get caught up, you know. So right now, my point is, with everything, we got to go back and start changing what our loyalty is. It ain't about because I got the cash and I done bought all these minions, you know. Like, bro, stand on your square.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, no matter what all you can say is no, or you ain't messing with, but I'm gonna advise you. And that's what men should, they say, men sharpen men and steel sharpen steel. I think Meech should have got it 50 and awared him of it. I don't know whether he did or not, but from what I understand, he didn't.
Wow.
And 50 just heard, but 50 can't be mad. I mean, he can be, but he did Vivica the same damn way.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying. Hey, my brothers,
right.
You can't call the kettle pot black. Right. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, right here in Vegas, Vivica was doing a movie in Vegas with Tyrese and heard it on the radio. I ain't messing with Vivica no more.
Shut it down right here in Vegas.
Right down. He way in New York on a radio show. He didn't call her and give her a heads up, but he had an ulterior motive why he did it.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Wow. When I look back, man, and I see, you know, like when you look at my boy, man, P. Diddy, man, is he going to get out of this situation?
No.
P. Diddy?
Is he gonna walk away?
No.
P. Diddy don't deserve to get out of it.
I don't know the specifics of this, bro.
I don't. All right, so
what you mean he don't deserve to get out?
Check it out. Let me tell you. Listen, we don't know the exact specifics of it, right? But man, they got somebody like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby locked up for way less. Like Bill Cosby is, you know what Bill? You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby.
Man, let me tell you.
R. Kelly. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, check this. So when it come down to, all right, this what's going on. You knew you had this going on, and also we seen you beat the brakes off Shorty in the hotel. We saw that.
But you don't know the reason
what Kanye
for that.
Doing, right? He's taking her. I think that jacket that she was wearing. He's owning the brand, and he's trying to bring that out as a brand to people to buy. He's also bringing the John brand back. Kanye bringing the John back. He's bringing the whole damn brand back.
Kanye, different type of person.
He could have sell all that. That's what he said. That name will live forever.
Right.
If he market it right, I think it can happen.
No, look, it's gonna work for him. Kanye, it's gonna work for him.
Why does everything seem that he touched when it comes to his brands and stuff, it works? What is he figured it out, didn't he?
He backed up the master. He went straight to the man. He's a Trump man. He's that Negro. in America.
People don't like it when you start talking highly about Trump. I'll tell you that
I
now.
don't care what they like.
I'll tell you that now.
Them that don't like
People
it,
not with that.
Come on,
People
get in
not
line.
with that. People not with that.
Get a number and get in line with the rest of the
people
things
not
they
with
don't
that.
like.
They're not with that.
He the president.
He is the president of the United States. 34 felonies later.
Look here, a brother, we was in Memphis, Tennessee, and he was talking about he did 30 years in prison. And with 30 years in prison, he done got a doctorate, and he's teaching a professor at a college. And out of all that, he can't get a real estate license because of his felonies, right? So I'm like, well, okay, bro. But one thing about it, Trump opened it up. Maybe you can't get a real estate license, but you can run for president.
What'd he say?
Can't say nothing because he didn't open the door. You can still run for president. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely can run for president.
I feel like that's what Trump control the curve at though. If he really like stepped in and like, you know, like made it more open for convicted felons to do more that they're not able to do after they come out from rehabilitation, because that's what prison's supposed to be, rehabilitation, even though it may not really be that, you know what I'm saying?
But see, you got to understand the word rehabilitation.
Right.
Rehabilitation taking me out of one situation and putting me in a better situation.
Okay.
You can't, rehabilitation for us is called recidivism.
Yeah.
Because you take me out of a prison setting and put me in a worse setting.
Yeah.
Because all while I'm in prison, every day, a bail wakes up for me to go to breakfast, for lunch and dinner. I can change my clothes. And then you put me out in the street where I'm on my own with no instruction. In California, we spend over $100,000 per inmate per year, right? Over $100,000. Now, if you give me $100,000 and I ain't made it in a year, you should shoot me in the head.
Period.
You dig what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
So you'll spend $100,000 to keep a man locked up, but you won't spend $10,000 to get buy him a house or put him in a living situation.
Even like with the SBA, the Small Business Administration, you know, Small Business Administration loans. I feel like a lot of people that come from prison who have that mindset to grow in that area, they should be able to access funds easier than it's available for them.
For sure. I mean, I don't feel like it should be easier because you got in there for being lazy. We tried to circumvent authority.
Right.
You understand? So if I give you something else, you're not going to do it. This is the same way with the system that got us in the position as blacks. We've been looking for handouts so long, we don't know how to do for self.
I agree with that.
We feel like everybody's supposed to give us something. We've been in America for over 600 years. We came in here with the landing of the Plymouth Rock. We've been in every war. We've shed blood, lost lives. And out of every war, Negroes don't have no Negro land. We ain't asked for one. Out of 50 states, we should have got one, don't you think?
Most definitely.
Every person that
and it should have been California.
No, it shouldn't have.
Or Texas.
Yeah, Mississippi.
No.
No? Why not Mississippi?
Because we need Mississippi.
No, not.
He trying to defend it.
No, it ain't. Nah, Mississippi is one of the most racist places that I've ever been to.
That's why we need to have Mississippi.
But check it. No, we need one of the biggest states. You see what I'm saying?
Why should we have the biggest?
Because they're only gonna give us one.
That's all we need is one. We gonna take the rest. Long as we learn how to get that one. Just give me one.
But you know, for as black people, when they give us something, we settle.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. When they give us something, but like I'm saying right now, we fought in every war, everywhere. Korean War, the Chinese War, the Gulf War, and we get nothing in return. We don't even get a praise for what we did. But every foreigner that comes here in California, we got Little Saigon, we got Little Mogadishu, Little Armenia, Little Taiwan, Alvera Street. Where's Negro land? Because now when they come to us, instead of fighting, we want to march and pray. It ain't work. It didn't work for Jesus.
Facts.
So dang, right now we need to change our plan, and that's what 2025 and America, Trump making America great again. I'll show you the biggest trick. When one of the bills that Trump, one of the amendments that he made, right, and he said that we're going to get away with the school, what's it called? critical race theory. Critical race theory, and what he said out of his mouth is that we're not going to have homosexuals in schools. Our children going to boys' bathrooms and girls' bathrooms. We're going to separate that. And critical race theory has nothing to do with homosexual. It has to do with blacks.
Right.
So he said one thing and signed another bill. So the 14th Amendment is getting ready to go out the door. But we've had it for over 240 years and ain't done nothing with it.
Off of it.
So what you need it for?
Facts.
They made affirmative action because they didn't give us 40 acres and a mule.
Facts.
And everybody profiting off of, because when we get a PhD, when we get a degree, we go back and work with a white man.
Facts.
When a Mexican get it, he go to Mexico.
He go to Mexico.
So they've been wasting stuff on us. Food stamps, we get them and we have a barbecue. Mexicans sell churros and stuff with all the food stamps.
And build off of it.
And take it back to Mexico. So we have to cut this umbilical cord and start standing on our own merit.
I agree.
With everything that we've done, with all this rap industry, man, we should have had a town or something.
You're right.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you got to answer me the $1 million question.
What's the $1 million question?
Who is Tammy Cohen?
Who is Tammy Cohen? She's a woman that worked with Black Mafia family.
Oh, she did. So she did work with Black Mafia family.
Allegedly. She was
what
the
they say.
secretary.
I'm seeing that. Tammy Cohen.
Yes. She worked with, she never got indicted. She never went to jail. Her record was clean. So under the federal guidelines and the state guidelines, you cannot profit from a movie or a book on a committed crime under a RICO. So I would have to give my rights to you if you were clean, but you on parole too. No more. I'm just.
No, I
so she was I don't know her from a can of paint, but this is what she brought to the table of not being convicted of anything to do with BMF. And she got the movie and did some stuff with 50 and got it popping. That's all I can say.
50 is bringing her name up and saying that, allegedly
do a documentary.
He's saying that it's some. We're gonna figure out what Tammy Cohen's relationship was to the BMF family and who was Cuffy.
Cuffy's nobody. Cuffy.
Why is Cuffy name comes up and Tammy Cohen name come up together?
Why you feel like he nobody?
If you listen to this dude Cuffy's story, right? Now his story was, Meech them never made $1 million before they came to St. Louis. He put all of this together. If you listen to his interview, he put all of this together and he was one of the top men. They wasn't making no money before Cuffy. So if you was that instrumental in BM.
Why did you have to join forces with him?
Huh?
Why did he have to join forces with him? That's what you're saying?
No. I'm saying this. If you were that intricate in BMF, why wasn't you one of the first indicted?
Real.
If you're that important, 2005, you don't get indicted until 2016. Now, allegedly, you said that you had paid $250,000 for the BMF movie, and you did it with Tammy because you wasn't legal enough to do it. And so, allegedly, you said Tammy didn't call you, you called her about some business, and the feds was on the phone. How did you know they was on the phone? And they picked, when they heard their voice, they dropped the Mexican and started getting at you. But your paperwork says, now this is in his indictment, I've read it. The indictment says in 2010, his brother was indicted on a drug case. And one of the witnesses, they found out who the witness in Cuffy had him killed.
So that's what he locked up for.
Then in 2014, he got indicted and the same man killed his informant. He got arrested in 2016 for 2 counts of murder, the RICO Act, and possession of a gun. How'd you
So
get?
you ain't had nothing to do, his charges ain't had nothing to do with Big Meech
At
or
all.
BMF.
At all. And wait a minute. First of all, bro, I've been to the feds.
Facts.
2 murders don't get you 27 years, so who did you tell on?
Facts.
Oh, I got possession of a weapon, but you got possession of a weapon that a murder was committed in. That's a life sentence right there. That's knowledgeable conspiracy. Who did you tell on to get 27 years, Cuff? Now you say Tammy Corn was a snitch, but you said she had sex with one of the agents and blew the case. So she didn't snitch on you, huh?
Wow.
And if Big Meech never got a time reduction.
Never got a time reduction or nothing from what you
How
say.
can you say that?
A third party. What is this third party's book? Only reason Meech got mentioned as a third party because you mentioned BMF.
Facts.
You told on him.
You brought him in that situation.
So the third party corroboration was that you told that you was part of BMF.
Wow.
Now I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I'll show you
But
what the
you read the
paperwork
paperwork.
said. And the paperwork has nothing to do with BMF. It has to do with 2 murders and drugs and a gun. Cuffy. 2016, not 2005. So you didn't get arrested but 10 years later.
11.
11 years later. My math ain't that good.
That's crazy, man. I mean, so 50 gonna have access to talk about all this in a documentary?
Yeah, because 50 owned it.
Yeah, he owned the rights to everything.
So when Rick Rose,
That's why I got the love I got for 50.
but when Rose said he was gonna do a film on a movie
Man,
with
niggas say what they
Tarantino.
want to say.
Yeah, your mouth's moving.
Let me
but
give you an example, right? So you seen the situation with Sauce Walker. He bought the dude Dooley who got Dooley got
I seen
repoed.
that, yeah.
So the dude come back. He called the bank on the phone, act like his truck never got repoed. How can Sauce Walker buy his truck, right? But Sauce Walker just pulled up on me last night in the same truck. So he got it from somebody. He got the rights to it. He all in New Orleans with it. He ain't riding around no stolen vehicle.
He had it down in New Orleans.
Last night. Listen, this a couple hours ago. What time it is? It's 5:15 in New Orleans.
He pulled up
It's
on
less
me.
than 12 hours. We was in the club. We outside. He see me. What's up, little brother? Love you. Dab me up. Give me a hug. You hear me? You know we got that relationship. I spent bread with him. He showed
I
me
remember
love.
that.
You know
I
what I'm
remember.
saying? Boom. Come on, come in the club with me, cause they was holding the door. They wouldn't let nobody in there. All us standing outside. Me, Meek Mill, Sauce Walker, Young Rowe. I ain't know Lil Baby and Cardi B was in the club. That's why they was holding the door. But Sauce like, man, look, man, y'all about to let Lil Slim in with me. You feel me? But they was already. I had already had my everything in motion. You feel me? The owner was just outside and he was waiting to handle all the business with the big artists before he came back and got us in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I still end up getting in, and I was like. When they called me to the door, I'm like, no, man, y'all Sauce standing right here. Like, y'all gotta let my brother in. You feel me? Y'all show him love in New Orleans. He showed me love in Houston. You feel me? But that's all I'm saying. It's the same situation.
But
You know
at the
what I'm
end of the day, you gotta understand, man, it's crazy, but when you deal with people who upset with each other and they beefing and they strategizing, man, ain't no bars being held even until death. When you look at 50, the way he was smoking on the Gotti pack,
Man, listen.
like he, soon as Irv Gotti passed away, he didn't even stop, even when he was on his deathbed, because he felt like the 9 shots and all that, they all had stuff to do, and they
I'm
were
petty
always
just like 50.
So he still was all the way to the end until it's over.
I
y'all
feel
still,
him till it's done. Beef ain't never squash it down. I on some time. You hear me? Nigga play all kind of game. They bake cakes uptown. Straight up. Nigga play all kind of game. You might act like it's all good.
Right, that's
Yeah,
right.
it might sit down and dap you up. Check this out. I'm gonna get you smacked. I promise. Listen,
it's crazy how
I don't
the
speak
game
on. I don't
is,
speak
man.
on my situation. You feel me? I did not denounce that street shit. I'm not in the streets. I don't no drug trafficking, none of that shit. All this shit that's on my jacket, I denounced that shit. I ain't with none of that no more, right? But it's a situation that I don't speak on at all. But it's always in my head. Every day I wake up thinking about this, you feel me?
Wow.
And one day that situation gonna come to an end. Swear to God.
It's gonna come.
And that's just the way it be.
You
Just the
can't,
way
you
it
can't
is.
It
never
ain't never
forget.
going nowhere.
I might see the dude and act like I got no beef with him. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't think nothing. I'm not feeling no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I done it with him before. You feel me?
But you can't never forgive if you can't forget.
It's
And then
coming.
Never forget.
You can never forget it. Especially when blood done been shed.
That's right.
Straight up.
The one thing I definitely I really value in you, man, is you don't stop. You know what I'm saying? When BG came home, and we up here in Las Vegas right now, like you and the BG linked up, and I always talk about it because you know how he is with your dad, how he was with your dad.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, and so when he first comes home and all that, and you come up here and do the music with him and stuff, like what's the next step for you? Do you want to do something else with him? Will you work with him again?
Yeah, if you want, you know, I always do music with him every day if he want to do music, but I ain't that type of person to push. I ain't trying to step on your toes. I ain't trying to ride your coattail, walk on your heel. I'm not that kind of person. I don't follow behind people. And I don't know if it's because I lost my dad when I was 8. My big cousins in the streets really raised me for real, like, you know what I'm saying, for as male figure-wise, like, it's number women in our family, you know what I'm saying? My big cousin, he died 2023, you know what I'm saying? But this, like, damn near my big brother, like, we did everything together. My first shootout, robbery, everything, like, we done that. Like, if he was here, he could vouch. Like, I don't even let people speak on nothing that they knew I had going on. Like him, he'll tell you, man, people might think my little cousin sweet, but my little cousin really like that, you feel me? For real. So I'm just a standout person like that. I don't follow behind no footsteps. But when he come back from New Orleans today, if he called me, let's go to the studio. We go in the studio. We gonna make music, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like, I got love for him, the same love he got for me. But that's the person I am. I'm gonna show you the love that you show me. Nothing more, nothing less.
It's a new year. I think the thing is, again, I was just talking to LD300, man, with this music thing and the way it is today, we are so spread out. We got our own way of dealing with distribution. We got to work.
We got to work together.
We got to work together.
We got to work together.
We got to work together. So, and I think that's a lot different than before BG left 13 years ago.
It was totally different.
It was totally different. Everybody was pretty much banding up and had to be with this or that in order to push the music. Now it's not like that no more. And I think that's something that he's seeing too. I know that's something that he's recognizing as he's out here trying to figure this music thing out, this internet thing out. And I just feel like a lot of times, if you don't change with the times, you'll get lost in the times, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to switch it up. Ain't nobody moving like they moved 13 years ago, right?
Facts.
So now he's coming out and he's looking. And I think, how did you think the tour went when they got together for the time they did the few shows?
Man,
because you went to one of them.
Yeah, I went to one of them. Yeah, I went to the one in New Orleans. I mean, I was appreciative of it. Never before seen before. You know, my whole career, I've been around Juvenile. You know, that's what really taught me how to build a studio with my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out.
Make installation, sound panels. Like, he taught me a lot. His son taught me how to work Pro Tools, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've been around him the whole time, and I've been doing shows with him throughout my whole career, but just seeing them up there, all right, I got relationships with all the hot boys except Lil Wayne. So just seeing them come together and do it together, that's what New Orleans never seen before, because for us, that's them people. You know what I'm saying? That's our idols. That's what we look up to. Birdman is the godfather, the OG, you know what I'm saying? Mm. But rap-wise, it's the hot boys. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lil Wayne, the greatest lyricist, the greatest rapper. Juvenile make the best songs. You see what I'm saying? Everybody got their own lane. Like, I was really appreciative of it. I was happy that they could put their differences aside and get together and do it for the city, do it for the culture. You know what I'm saying? And
with you being around him now, and because of when Lil Wayne, when you walked up to him and said, wait a minute, let me say this. When you walked up to him, you said, hey man, I'm a big fan, my dad was Soulja Slim, and and he said, fuck that nigga, I'm God. How did he say? What did he say?
He said, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm God.
And so hold on.
Yeah, I was like, I really was on some fan shit. I never met dude. Right. So this is my first time I'm with Juvenile. We at the casino. We at Harrah's in New Orleans. They about to have a show. You know what I'm saying? They about to perform together. And we was in his section. They put us in the wrong section. You know what I'm saying? Put Juvenile in Lil Wayne's section. But we really supposed to be in the section next to him. So it really was in the middle of ruckus. You know what I'm saying? They trying to cloud the section for Lil Wayne. I guess he mad that people was in his section before him knowing that it was Juvenile, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was. But this is my opportunity. Like, man, I never met dude before. you one of the boy. I'm telling you what he is to me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I gotta holler at you. I'm a real nigga. I gotta holler at you. And that was his response to me.
And that was his response.
Yeah,
And
but
what Juba tell you?
man, Oak said, man, no, you should have stuck that bitch. He played on you like that. Man, we don't rock like that. Yeah, he was like, man, you know we were coming behind you, but you know, he ain't said like, oh no, we gonna be beefing with them or no, that they got their own relationship. But I really was just like, damn, bro, I'm a fan, bro. Like I grew up on that Wayne, that mixtape era Wayne, like a different Lil Wayne. You feel me? The Carter, like. Not the Carter 3 that most people use, the Carter, like I'm 500
But
degrees.
the only reason I brought that up because you was in the room with him again, and if
I
you
wasn't in the room with him. I guess we was in a room, but we was more in the stadium versus. All right, I was in Birdman dressing room. I went to left Birdman dressing room, went to BG dressing room, left his dressing room, went to Turk dressing room. No, I'm not going to Lil Wayne dressing room. I don't know Lil Wayne.
So you ain't even with approaching him no more. He showed you from that time. You will never approach him again because of what happened that night.
For what?
Never again.
For
never
what?
again. That's just how. Somebody would Juva had to be like, man, it's my nephew, man. It's Slim son, man. Lil Soulja Slim, and he had to show me love for me to just honestly, it was still warm my heart because there's Lil Wayne. You feel me? But I never approach him ever again. I never approach him. I'm not the type of person that I don't approach rappers anyway. Feel me? I'm
big
not
like that.
Really
do that, right?
It was big for me to do that.
But
I really put my pride
regardless,
aside.
I mean, just on personality, and that's how people get so filled with their arrogance of their position. Even who you are and who you associate. If that had just been a fan, you know what I'm saying, just a nobody, you're supposed to handle them more gently.
Exactly. That's where I was at with it. It's bigger than. Fuck that, I'm from New Orleans, I'm Soulja Slim's son. Erase all that. Bro, I'm one of Wayne's biggest fans. Like, listen, during the time when mixtape Weezer was going crazy, in the South, it was this thing, Wayne versus Boosie. In Louisiana, it was Wayne versus Boosie. You feel me? I know everybody remember that. Man, I'm going for bat with niggas, but man, Wayne, Boosie can't. I love Boosie. You hear me? Man, listen, Boosie came to show me the most love. I done been in his house, been around him. Like, a long time, like his uncle, Levitt Dog, his cousin Donkey, I'd have been out at Donkey house, like, you know, talking about 2014, 2013, Boosie locked up. This, you know what I'm saying?
Still
I love Boosie, but listen, man, Wayne will wrap circles around you, like,
and that's what y'all
are in two different lanes, for sure. But Wayne was that rapper that can't nobody do nothing with.
Wow. And all of that.
And it was just like, damn, you just broke my heart. I was your biggest fan. Like, you just.
But I've heard people say the same thing about people from Michael Jordan. I hear a lot of people say that about Michael Jordan.
And honestly, I had the opportunity to meet Michael Jordan, but because I've heard that about him, I didn't approach him.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people say they don't approach him because of what they've heard about him.
I ain't rocking like that. Like, I'm not. No.
You just seem like it's better to just stay away from the confrontation.
You give respect, you get respect. You know what I'm saying? When disrespect is entered in the room, it's all open ball game.
So how many people you think that just go the other way just because of his reputation?
So check this out. What if I would have just flashed out, started crying, and smacked the piss out of Lil Wayne, knocked all the diamonds out of the teacher, flashed out? You feel me? And security would have beat me to death.
Yeah.
That would have been a big situation.
Oh, it'd been a huge.
You feel what I'm saying?
You'd have been in trouble too.
All because I was just a fan trying to meet you for the first time ever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gee, what do you think that the ego become people's worst amigo?
Yeah, I mean,
when it comes down to their arrogance,
it's just like when you sign up to be a personality, it don't have no on and off switch.
Facts.
You know, I want to be by myself. I'm trying to think of who it was that.
Yeah, I realize he'd been the bodyguard for, just working with like Bobby Brown and all these people. He's seen people approaching people on a whole mass of a level and trying to hold them back. Mike Tyson, you know, so.
Okay. I'm with Black Ground Records, and I'm dealing with Aaliyah and Genuine, and we over the hotel you're going to now was the Nico.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So the little dude Magoo. He wasn't no hell of a guy.
You talking Timbaland and Magoo?
Yeah. And I just liked his little part in the record, right?
Yeah.
So when I see dude, and this little girl walked up in the hotel, and she's like, "Oh, Magoo, I don't take pictures." Like, so it like rubbed me so bad, I had to jack this dude. Nigga, who you think you are?
Doing?
And I stand on the same principles you stand on, so I feel you coming.
You know, like, bruh, that's a fan. And you're not even the main man.
It's a little girl.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't a little girl, you know. But I mean, she's a fan, and genuinely, I'm looking at her face, how you disrespected her.
Facts.
You know, I don't know if you scared of some nigga, and he didn't last too long after that. You know, but I think in this little situation he got me in, because I came to Texas for a whole different. I came on some nigga shit, right?
He take pictures all the time with people. You do too.
You know.
All right, that's just like last night. How I just told you they was holding the door at the strip club. So when they called me, before I'm like, hold on, waiting on Sauce Walker. The girl who at the door taking the money, she like, baby, I'm so happy you came here, Lil Soulja. I love you, boy. I listen to you every day. Come on, let's take a picture right quick. Like her boss, like the security, like, man, keep it moving, keep the line moving. I'm like, man, hold up, stop everything. I'm about to take this picture with Shorty. Right. You hear me? Yeah. And then we can continue back to what we doing. I'm not turning down nobody about no picture
at all.
Man, listen, if you listen to me, you gave me an ear.
Yeah,
come on, man.
So
you watch the video.
I you know, I got warrants and shit. So when people, I got a list of people trying to kill me. When this first publicity, I'm looking at people. Why they looking at me and like it's from Boss Talk? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like. So some people just like that, they scared to approach you. They look at you. So now I'm like, hey man, how you doing, bro? Man, ain't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Just at the restaurant right now, and the dude just act like, I said, that nigga know you. He's like, nah, man, he know Boss Talk, or he know me from being on the show. You know, so they just approach you.
So it's just it's a place you step into, and if you can't make the grade, step the fuck out of it.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Don't think you bigger than me.
It ain't for you. Get your money and move around. Shut it down.
You know, so don't go, if you don't want to be approached, oh, I'm having dinner with me, get you a private dinner.
Yeah.
Don't be in public.
Trying to have a private dinner.
Having a private dinner.
Right. I heard Ricky Smiley say that one time. Don't just come up to me, I'm with my family. I'm like that.
Nigga, close the place down and you and your family eat there.
You got money, just shut it down.
Shut it down.
So, or eat it all.
That's why you are in a position to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you were put in that position.
I don't like disrespect wherever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a way to say something to somebody, and to say that I felt bad when you just said what you said. That they would do. I'd have slapped the shit out of him.
Exactly.
Man.
And at the time, let me put you on my. At the time, listen, I'm in masquerades with Juvenile, but I just bonded out of jail like 2 days ago. Right. Like I really was. I'm on that time. Like, listen, man, I'm in here. I done got out of jail. I probably got about 5-6 racks on me. I'm on stage. We flashing money. We was young. Like me and Young Ju, we really was. Them guys like people in New Orleans, people. He
was with you and Young Juve was together.
This is my daughter, my oldest daughter, goddaddy. You hear me? Like, this is really my right hand. This is my brother.
A Negro can always say what I would have did. You understand me? I wouldn't have did shit either.
I mean, honestly, look, check it out.
I'm just saying.
I was there.
Yeah,
I was there.
I understand.
And my people, they know I was there, but off the fact that. Man, I got so much respect for Juvenile. I wouldn't mess up. And he invited me. Like, I wouldn't mess up nothing I don't got going on. I don't want to start no fight between them. And then this New Orleans in here. It ain't like we out of town and it's an out of town rapper. No, this New Orleans. Like, I ain't on that, you know what I'm saying?
And your name holding weight too of who you are. So that would have been bad. Man, so what do you expect to see, man, like when you look at this year in the Carter, because Wayne did come out and say he was coming out with the Carter 6, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't think it ain't much? Was that a D?
Wayne got a song. The most recent Wayne song that I be bumping, is him and Young Thug and Weezy Out of Here.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And them boys but Young Thug, one of my favorite artists. Like, let me get a background story on Young Thug. When Wayne was in Atlanta getting his tour bus shot up, when Young Thug was still trying to. He wasn't small to me because this was after the Rich Gang era, you know what I'm saying? With him and Young, he was doing this thing. This was like probably like Slime season 3. He was on tour, you know, that's when he was doing it out of his pocket, doing it himself, like he pulled up in New Orleans. He called us to his hotel, You know what I'm saying? Me, Young Juve, T.Y. that's BG oldest son, you know what I'm saying? Called us to his hotel, took us to the show with him. We backstage with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he showed us so much love, all the strength. Listen, dude so official, he told me like, man, I heard this song you dropped, I think the time my song was Streets Cold. He was like, man, I heard that. I seen Gates posted, because Gates was posted it at the time.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I'm on that. Like, you hear me? And every time I was met Young Thug, it was the same love. You feel me? So I just look at people like, man, that's how you show somebody love. You don't gotta give nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't owe nobody no money. You don't have to give no. That's how you show love.
I think a lot of times people just they forget, man. People just human, bro. It ain't no big eyes and little U's, bro.
Man, when I go out this door, I know I'm Lil Soulja Slim. I done put out projects for C Murder, Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Songs with BG. I done been on all podcasts across the nation. Like I'm somebody to the community. Like whether you like me or you love me. Like it could be a nigga. I walk outside. He might, in his head, I be saying this bitch ass nigga on the woo. You know what I'm saying? I see him staring at me, boot me up, and be like, what's up? What's poppin'? And they might be like, oh, what's up, fam? How you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But I just switched that whole narrative by speaking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Dude, get what they gonna say next. Dude, ain't no bitch ass nigga like that. Like, I seen him in Vegas, he hollered at me.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So all that play a part in what we got going on in the whole situation. Right now, who y'all favorite artist that's out right now?
That's out right now?
Yeah.
Oh man, Kendrick
gonna be the one. You don't listen to?
And I rob banks.
Yeah.
My favorite artist right now, ESTG.
You like him?
Man, GC got that flavor. Like he really is what I grew up on. You feel me? And he my age. You know what I'm saying? But
what's his name?
ESTG. He from Louisville. Feel me? But he. Check him out. Like, you get a chance, check him out. He's signing Yo Gotti, he's signing CMG. Okay. Like, he big, well, I think it's like a partner because he kind of like with Lil Baby too. You know what I'm saying? But he like that guy right now. And what he talk about, what he rap about, how he deliver it, how he put it together, like, it's a breath of fresh air for me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate to take y'all back to this, but the Supreme Son a while ago, what I was talking about, him, you know, he really been on 50 Cent for clowning Big Meat. So like he been jumping on the internet and stuff, trying to jump on
looking for
but he already didn't like him because of the stuff that happened with T that he was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, the T and ain't taking pictures and doing all the stuff they was doing. Is this a game that all of them playing strategically to stay in the limelight?
If you get your 10 seconds, you better take advantage of it.
So everybody trying to figure out a way to manipulate the internet.
See, I'm not on that. It's just like when I had the situation with Terrence.
Yeah.
It wasn't a situation. It was really the podcast people. They asked me a question. I answered it thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
Right.
But it was mainly because
y'all both done had the Terrence. He talking about gangster Terrence.
OG, I looked up to you for the longest. You feel me? Me and your son, like that was my dog. You feel me?
Yeah.
He younger than me, but it was just like, you know, when you turn certain curtains, like you can't turn back from it. That's just how I look at it. So when they asked me the question, I answered it from the heart. It wasn't no disrespect towards you. That's why I never responded. I never came back on no other podcast, mentioned it, brought it up. I don't have no disrespect towards you because at the end of the day, you still legendary for what you did from where we came from. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like my daddy said in that song, I really was raised like that. I really grew up off that. Everything you done in the game don't even count no more once you know what I'm saying?
That's
you take a certain turn.
Wow.
I can't help that I was raised like that. That's how I feel, but that's reality to me. So
but that's the same thing Boosie was riding on too.
Yeah,
like it's the
that's
same
real.
thing.
No, that's
people,
listen.
People
Because
not
Boosie
rocking
grew up
with it.
Who Boosie come up under?
Boosie came up under Pimp C.
Man, I'm talking about just for listen to on some Louisiana. Listen to Boosie. I'll tell you, man, Soulja Slim my favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You hear me? Like, yeah, man, man. Listen, my daddy was a young dude spitting that grown man. You heard me? Like a lot of them songs.
Everybody rocking with your dad.
He died at 26, right? Like 2 months after his 26th birthday.
Wow.
So a lot of people be like, man, Soulja Slim was an OG. He really was a kid still. You feel me?
Right,
and he just was coming with it. 2021. Talking that grown man talk. He hung around a number of older dudes. That's why he used to always talk about old big ways and how the type of mentality that he carried. You know what I'm saying?
what do you think when people compare him to Tupac? Do you think that you see the comparison?
He the down south Tupac. Tupac was honestly, and I love
Tupac
Pac.
died at 25. He died at 26.
I love Pac. You hear me? And there's no disrespect when I say this, but Pac wasn't my daddy type of level. Like my daddy was real. Like just me. I ain't saying Pac wasn't living like that. I ain't saying, man, he wasn't on what he rapped about or none of this. I'm just saying, like, the background of the two people are totally different. Pac didn't have that background. My daddy really grew up on heroin and dope and coke, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, 13, 14, 15 years old, going to jail for murders, you see what I'm saying? His background was totally different than a person like Tupac, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tupac didn't have that upbringing.
He wasn't in the gutter like that.
He wasn't in the gutter like that, you know what I'm saying? But that don't take away nothing that he did, nothing that he talked about. Like, I love Pac. Pac spoke the real. He spoke it in a way that we all needed to hear it. He was the first person to put it there for us like that. I wasn't really a Biggie Smalls fan. I wasn't into Biggie like that. I know East Coast rapper for real. I love West Coast rappers, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But my dad was
something different?
Different. It's different.
And you can tell when you go down there the way the people respond to him.
Listen.
They like this dude. And Snoop even said it. Snoop compared him to Pac, but I think Snoop really knew the situation was totally different.
Snoop said it. I never seen nothing like him before. And he really was a down-to-earth person. He liked to laugh. He liked to joke. You know what I'm saying? He loved to rib. You feel me? Like, he really was a cool guy. Everybody be trying to make it like he was this big gremlin. He was evil. He just didn't take nothing. It was zero tolerance all the way through the board. You feel me?
Did you see when Gip was on the show and he said him and your dad was in New York?
Man, listen.
And he said that your dad got mad at the DJ up there. I think it was Funkmaster Flex.
He didn't want to play him, huh?
Yeah, he didn't want to play him.
He was standing like that. He was built like that. Like,
no matter
honestly,
where he was at.
But Pac opened that door. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't take nothing away from Tupac. He opened that door for Soulja Slim.
To where he knew this is where he
man, this the route I'm going. Disrespect me, I'm putting it down. You feel me? You know?
What was it like being on the set of Gridlock with Tupac when you was dealing with him? I know he's explaining it from a point of, okay, you know, his lifestyle was different, but just seeing him in that mode of acting and that, because he had an artistic wave the way he was.
I mean, like you say, artistic, he was an actor.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, it's a difference going to the school of Juilliard and going from the school of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I can talk about it, but living it, not taking anything away from how I grew up or how it was going. Pac was an intellectual, you know.
Most definitely.
And when he was, all he did was read books,
Facts.
you know, Che Guevara, Franz Fanon. He was literate, just reading, and his mind was powerful.
Most definitely.
And then when he got in the streets, he would his actor play, but he would get out because he come from a revolutionary family.
Facts.
So when people talk about, well, he was soft, he wasn't from this, but how many of y'all shot at the police?
Exactly.
You know, so it takes some kind of heart.
He had the heart. Honestly, even before the incident with the police,
right?
He had heart just off speaking on what he spoke on. You feel me? And the way that he put it out there for us. That's why we gravitated to him so the way we did.
Yeah. So I mean, he was an intellectual genius, and he was a loyalist.
Facts.
And the loyalty got him killed.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And it was bigger than the surface that people think about. He wasn't actually the target, and he was, you know, what they say is
his life.
It was his life, and a victim of the casualty fire, you know. So it's a lot to him versus what you say about your father.
When you think about just go back to that night when you was in Las Vegas, that night when Tupac was killed.
Go back to it. We here right now, you know. It was just that timing, and when it happened, we was at a Mike Tyson fight, and
y'all was right across there at the MGM.
At the MGM down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, no, was it MGM or was it Caesar's Palace?
I thought it was MGM.
I think it was the MGM.
Okay, could have been the MGM, but yeah, that night, everything,
Did you hear about the fight that happened at the casino that night when it happened before he died?
No.
You didn't hear about that until afterwards.
No, we had left. Mike we were all supposed to go to Suge's club, and Mike had just had a baby, and his little son, and he went back to the house, and me and Captain Shaheed went over to the hotel, and when we heard, next thing we heard, they called Captain Shaheed and said that Suge and Pocket got shot.
Wow.
Put me in your shoes in 1996 in Vegas, the night Pac got killed. Who were you? Where were you mentally? And
I was just out of prison, and I had got on a detail with the Nation of Islam, and I was.
I always explain the detail. When you say got on detail, that means you was securing.
Right,
yeah.
which I started off.
But he ain't say he was doing security. He wasn't no bodyguard. No, he was protecting. He was protecting the Nation of Islam.
No. I was protecting the primary.
The primary was Mike Tyson, right?
Mike Tyson.
Right.
Before that, I was working at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle for $5 an hour.
Yeah.
And then we went off. I did Set It Off with Queen Latifah, with Jada Pinkett, in this little succession of time.
That's gangsta. That is my favorite. One of my favorite movies.
So we did Set It Off, and then after Set It Off, I did Eraser with Vanessa Williams and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then I came over and did Gridlock with Pac, and they brought another detail on, Reggie Wright and his boys. They came on, went over to Mike Tyson. We were at the fight. We came to the fight. Biggest thing ever. Death Row was the biggest thing in life at that time. I mean, like that PIRU car, that Bompton, California car was elaborate. PIRUs everywhere. Las Vegas Boulevard could nothing outnumber it. It was that time, So everybody was elated. Everything was, was going on, and everybody was in the dressing room, and everything was jovial, and
so it was way more. It was way more Bloods in the city than Crips.
Way more.
So how they made it out the city? Politics.
The illusion of what was ain't really was.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you look at a man like Baby Lane, Orlando.
Well, you got to go back to the guy who allegedly got the $1 million from.
No. We talking about. We got to deal with the scenario.
Yeah,
He talking about what was happening.
Right
Now, Baby Lane was a known gang member from Compton.
Oh, you going directly to that?
Baby Lane
I
was.
just asked him to put me in his shoes at that time.
Here's a known gang member from Compton, and your enemies is the mob and Looters Park.
All right.
In any situation, would you be standing up anywhere by yourself?
That many PIRUs in the city?
Never. We in Vegas right now.
And so,
if I was a gang affiliated member, and I know, this is how my mind works. I'm more focused on safety before anything.
Safety before anything. This wasn't no regular Crip boy.
Right.
This boy
he was one of the ones.
He was one of the ones.
So you had no business being there.
He had just took a death row chain.
Oh, all right. See, I didn't know all that.
He took a death row chain from one of the dudes. This is what they allegedly spotted him.
But not the chain. He didn't have it with him.
No. So now this has happened, and when it happened, out of Las Vegas Boulevard fight night, cars packed. How do you think me, you, and you see somebody make a U-turn, and you got a detail in front of you, a detail in back of you, and regular police, and I fire shots, and I don't even get the license plate number of the car? How'd that happen?
Politics. Put together.
It's a bigger picture.
It's a bigger picture.
You know. So then, here you are coming from Compton. Why would a man zip out of New York have to give you a gun?
Right.
That's just like you come from New Orleans. You know how many homeboys I got out here I can get a gun from?
Exactly. But not even that. You right there. You way closer than I am.
So when you look at these, you know, I tell you the story, but the truth is that these things never happen. You know, but everybody that had a different scenario on what really happened, Frank Alexander dead, Michael Thomas dead, Orlando dead. Only one around is Keefy D.
And he slumped himself.
So everybody that Montreal dead. So everybody that had something to do was in that scenario and that didn't deal with the scenario as it was put out is no longer around.
Right.
So it's a bigger picture, you know. And Suge had him killed. Well, Puffy had Biggie killed, and he went all the way to the top, huh?
And that's crazy because he used y'all to do that, right?
Huh?
He used California people to do that, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Police involvement too.
It could have been somebody who flew from New York.
You know, so now he went all the way up. As soon as Pac died, Suge went to jail. What did he profit off of that?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So everything from
not even that. That Suge get hit in the head too?
Yes. So how you gonna have somebody killed and you get shot?
Right. They don't go. It wouldn't have went like that.
You know. So in that whole scenario with all this time and not getting, we're so emotional. We take anything, people like you said about Puffy. You know, you like, man, Puffy. Well, you know, they said, well, Puffy was having freakouts. Have you ever heard of swinger parties?
Yeah.
White folks been having swinger parties since Adam and Eve.
I've been to a lot of
and ain't nobody got indicted for them, huh?
Right.
They don't have Puffy for one transport, and he didn't handcuff nobody and bring him from one state to another.
Facts.
How's that a kidnap?
That's not a kidnap.
If I come to New Orleans on my dime, or even if you send for me, and I go to a party, that's on my volition. So but he rubbed the wrong white folks the wrong way. He started thinking he was white.
Facts. That and that killed everybody else who was in that situation as well.
Yeah, everybody. Hey.
That's the situation. Man, when we step out of our comfort zone and feel like we could do what they do, we kill ourselves every time.
Kill ourselves. Because you're still a nigga when it all end up, when you think you white folks, like the movie Django, right?
Facts.
And when Django rolled up to, and she says, he's a free nigga. She says, show him around, and because now he ain't a slave, so don't treat him like a slave.
Right.
So the girl says, what you mean, treat him like? No, I didn't say treat him like white folks.
Right, but don't treat him like a slave. Don't treat him how we normally treat niggas.
You know what's his name, Jimmy? You know the little Poe Patty?
Yeah.
Treat him like Jimmy, but don't treat him like a white man.
Facts.
You know, so sometimes we get under the illusion that we can do whatever we want.
Facts.
But we can't.
We can't.
Everything has an expiration date, and right now we're in blackness. In our productivity, our expiration date has expired.
Facts. And that basically, everything you just said was a breakdown of all I was saying. If they did it to Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, what made you any special? You should have knew right then. Man, we gotta watch what we doing with these white folks. You feel me? We gotta watch all that. But even if it is a habit for us already, we already been doing it. Hold up. You know what? I gotta observe the full situation and what I got going on and take a step back because I could be next.
But it's just like us as a people. As long as my son is doing all right, y'all all gang members, and I don't have any, my son is doing well. But when he get caught up in a rape or he get killed, now I understand.
Facts.
Now it's all hands on deck.
Facts.
When he come to me. But when it's I wouldn't live over there because they over there trying to be this and try. Now when your kid gets caught up with white America, Now you looking for the black hand.
Facts.
You know, so we try to be so disconnected with each other, and we give everybody else love. But when it come to us, we're not forgiving.
Facts.
You know, I look at, man, if a black takes something from me, it's because he need it.
It's because he need it.
If a white person takes something, I'm mad about it because he can afford it. It's been his shit all the time. Why are you taking from me?
Facts.
But we'll forgive the man that cut off your lights. But if I owe you a quarter, you'll never live it down. Man, I don't fuck with Mar. Man, he borrowed some money, never paid it back. But the rent man and the bill man,
they scam you the whole time. Taking extra money out your account.
he'll come knock on the door. You won't even answer. You'll send your wife. But let me come to the door.
Now you coming.
Nigga, what you want?
Wow, man. Hey, man, thank you guys for coming on the show. Let's get rid of him. Gotta get all y'all out of here. Compton, Bumpton, New Orleans, Mississippi in the building. Texas, man, stand up. Boss Talk 101. Las Vegas, where the bosses talk.